Presented by Complete Quarterback. I'm your host, John Saranitas, and tonight I am joined by a quarterback. I'm joined by Hudson High School quarterback Jake Attaway. Jake, great to see you, man.
Thank you. Nice to see you too. Thank you for having me.
Hey, of course, appreciate the time. And before we get started here, like I said, Complete Quarterback is our primary sponsor for the show. Visit CompleteQB.com today for more information on how you can get quarterback tutorials, lessons, and anything you need about playing the quarterback position. Chris Johnson, I've known him for years. And when I say years, we go way back. I've worked his camps. He's one of the best in the country at teaching quarterback play. If you want to become a better quarterback, to check out CompleteQB.com today. Chris has got an entire library of drills, information, and you can even set up virtual sessions with him. And you can also do private lessons. Visit CompleteQB.com today for more information. All right, Jake, again, like I said, I want to say thank you for taking the time. And obviously, you had a hell of a year last year. Hudson High School had a hell of a year as well. Just talk about last season and how do you think it went for you guys? And what are you looking forward to for this upcoming season?
Yeah, so obviously we had a great year making it to the Final Four. Not where we wanted to get to, obviously being the state championship. But I think the group of seniors helped tremendously throughout the season. We had great captains and JJ and Aaron and stuff like that. They were a huge help to the team. But also my class, the 2020, the junior class, we've been together forever since second and third grade. So we've been tight knit, and just having that factor play into it, just everyone knows what we're doing. Everybody knows what they should be doing, what everyone else should be doing, and just being together for all that time led up to having a good high school season. Because now
of course you guys are a D6 program. Hudson's a small community in Central Mass, but as you mentioned, you guys had a good year last year, had a pretty good run there, making it to the Final Four. The head coach is your dad. Talk about that experience, having the opportunity to play for him, and what's that like for you?
It's been great, actually. I think it's been great. He's been coaching me since second grade too, so it's been amazing. He was my assistant coach my freshman and sophomore year, and then when Coach Max stepped down, my dad got the job, and it was exciting. It's nice to have a more of an inside scoop now, because at home we can talk football a lot. We already did a lot, but now that he's the head coach, it was nonstop, and my mom couldn't get enough of it. She got annoyed at times, but it's been great. Obviously being his son, it's a little he's a little hard on me, but outside of that, he knows when to talk football, when it's family time, and we can split it up pretty well, and it's been good so far.
Yeah, we got a comment here from Tyrese. Let's go, Jake. Tyrese Muse joins us. So, Tyrese, thank you for checking in, man. We greatly appreciate it. And you talk about playing for your dad, Jake, and obviously that's a unique experience. Not everybody gets that experience, and I think a lot of people oftentimes assume that if you're playing for your dad, they might go a little easier on you, or you might get more of the benefit of the doubt. But you just said your dad coaches you hard.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Does he treat you differently than the other guys because he's your dad, or does he try to treat you the same, but he can be a little harder on you because you're going home with him?
Yeah, I think for the most part he treats us the same, but he knows he can push me more. He definitely gets in my head sometimes during practice. He'll have times where he'll be like, "Do you even watch film?" or something like that. I was like, "Yeah, I do," but he'll get in my head about that stuff. So.
And what do you say? Yeah, Dad, I watch it with
you.
Remember? What kind of a question is that, huh?
But stuff, yeah. But I think overall he treats everyone fairly, because he's also been coaching those kids most of their lives too. So they're kind of like kids to him too. So it's been overall pretty good.
Comments are coming in fast and furious. Yeah. By the way, Adrian Jacobson checks in. That's my quarterback. Brendan O'Brien checks in. Jake the GOAT. I get the sense that these guys could be teammates. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, they're all teammates. All teammates.
All right.
Even old teammates. Brendan's old.
I think is it Jerry or Gary? Says D1 track star. Owen says, way to be Jake. So there you go. Dude, I gotta tell you, you've got quite the fan club here tonight, man. I don't
Yeah,
usually get
they all texted
this.
me. They all texted me. They were like,
Yeah.
yeah, they were like, don't be nervous, don't be nervous. Like, I try not to be.
Well, they're right. Well, they're being good teammates, so they got your
Yeah, they
back,
are.
which is, as you know, is everything. And you're their quarterback, so they got your back even more. But that's awesome. We don't usually get this many comments, but I love that your teammates are watching and certainly supporting you. And obviously, you know, for you, when I watch you play, I see a guy that can do a lot of different things, and I think that one of the things we focus on here at New England Football Journal is emphasizing football throughout the region. And Central Mass is a big part of that for us. And I tell people all the time about you. I really don't think people realize when they think about quarterbacks in the state of Massachusetts, I'm not sure they realize just how good you are. You need to be in that conversation. And I think you will be now that you're going into your senior year. But how would you describe your game to people that may not be familiar with you or the Hudson football program?
I definitely utilize my legs a lot. We have our offense is installed mostly for that stuff like that. So, we have a lot of run game installed into it, but we also have, I can throw the ball because all my receivers, save you and all of them, they can catch. So like if I got trust in them, it would be easy to, it's not hard to throw the ball downfield when they're wide open. So that helps a lot. And then, also like over the summer, I've been going to M2 QB Academy. They've been helping me, improve like my mechanics and stuff like that. And just throughout the summer, I've been getting better and better each week because of them. And it obviously plays a factor in the game. When I'm thrown in the game, it's now just muscle memory, and I'm not thinking about it. So, but yeah, just mostly, obviously, running. But I can, when I need to, I'll throw it, and I can with the people I have around me. So.
Yeah, I would say from a category standpoint, I would categorize you as a dual threat quarterback. You can do different things. You mentioned you work with Mike McCarthy over at M2 and his
Yeah.
staff. Are you going to be participating in the showcase next month at Stonehill?
Yeah, I am. I am. So that's June.
It's the second weekend in June, I believe.
Yeah. So I'll be there. I did it freshman year. I didn't do it last year, but I'm definitely excited to be back because that was probably.
Yeah, I believe it's the 15th and 16th.
Okay,
if
yeah.
my memory serves me correctly. Could be wrong. It's either the first or second week. Nonetheless, let's talk about the next step here. Obviously, you're going into your senior year. Expectations are going to be high. But before we talk about that, just some talk on where you're at right now this offseason. Obviously, it's a busy offseason. Are you playing other sports? One of your teammates here mentions track. Are you doing track?
Yeah, I started up track this year. I usually did baseball, but baseball during baseball I couldn't really throw a lot for football because it's very time consuming and like my arm was usually like toast by the end of practice. So I did track this year trying to get faster, and I have more time to like go to the weight room and just do other stuff to help me develop for football. But we'll see. We'll see what I end up doing next year because I'm not sure if I want to go back to baseball for my senior year. But I also play basketball in the winter, so that's fun. I love basketball.
Yeah. So 3-sport athlete, and obviously a big part of this offseason for you has been the recruiting process. You want to play college football. How's that been going for you? What have you done this offseason in regard to that? And are you going to be doing some camps this summer?
Yeah, so I've been active on Twitter. I think Twitter is like the best way to get your name out there. So I've been messaging coaches through Twitter, also emailing a few, and then usually when they get back, they like mention like a junior day, so I'll like go out to junior days. I've been to like 6 or 7 of those. And then after that, I'll definitely reach out back. Like I reach out back to them, hopefully get a response. And then like recently, since like coaches can come see players, we've had a couple coaches come by in the school and hopefully more in the next coming weeks.
And do you have any, aside from doing the M2 showcase at Stonehill, do you have any other camps you plan on doing?
Oh, yeah, sorry. So I have the Bone Camp, which is at Springfield.
Yep.
And then I'm doing Elite 11 in Pennsylvania, the regionals. We're still deciding on what schools camps we want to go to, because there's so many, but you don't want to do like every single one because you want to select a few. So we're gonna pick the ones that probably have like the most colleges and the ones that can give me the most attention, I guess, from coaches.
Yep. Dylan Katz checks in. Way to be, Jake.
That's my cousin. Yeah.
Another proud supporter. And this looks like it would be Coach Wardwell. It says great center fielder and point guard, all around athlete. Pleasure to coach.
Yeah, that's my other coach. He's assistant.
But the fans are out tonight, my friend. They are out tonight. You are watching the Recruiting Visit. I'm your host, John Saranides. And this week I'm joined by Jake Attaway, quarterback at Hudson High School, the Hudson Hawks. And Jake, when you think about college and the process can be exhausting. It's a lot.
Yeah,
but we're also living in a time now where you got the transfer portal and NIL, and it's getting harder and harder for high school kids to get recruited. Truth be told, it's not easy. And that's why you're seeing so many high school kids recruit at such a young age now. Then at least they're recruiting at a younger age than they used to. But for you, what are some things that are important in a school? What are you looking for besides playing football? Obviously, playing football is going to be up there. It's going to be one of the biggest reasons you pick a school. But what are some other things that you're looking at that matter to you when it comes time to make that decision?
So outside of like football, definitely like what I want to major in, like if they have like what I want to major in, something like health science related or in that area. But also just like the community, or like when you go to a school, you can sense like if you belong there, or like that's just somewhere you don't want to be. And then also like that's why I think the junior days are a big thing, because when you go there you can see like the practice, which is a huge thing, is like seeing like how they run, how the coaches coach, how the players play, and if like they connect to you, like how I would practice, that would definitely be better on my list compared to schools that don't. But yeah, being able to see that, and then also like go on the tour of the school, and then seeing like just the community and like how they present themselves as a school as well, definitely helps in the decision.
We've had a lot of your teammates chime in so far here tonight in your support. If I were to ask them to tell me 3 things about you, what do you think they would say?
Definitely. It's interesting.
They're watching, so choose your words wisely, my friend.
I'd hope they say I'm hardworking. They definitely, a couple of them called me an idiot or something, but outside of that, hardworking. Definitely one of them. Like a bunch of them stay with me. Well, we go to some of us go to the gym together. And then
Wait, they have gyms out in Hudson? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a crunch that everyone, literally the whole town goes to. So, and then they go to the field with me, obviously, but also as like a leader, because I'm someone they can like take after. Like if I'm doing like a rep as hard as I can, they can also do. They'll also like try and do the same. And then Brandon right there just commented what he thinks of me.
Well, let's see. Smart, hardworking, great kid. Right here. So Brendan says, smart, hardworking, great kid. Thanks for checking in, brother. Hudson Boys Hoops chimes in. Calm and composed. Well, 2 things you need to be if you want to be a great point guard and a great quarterback. So there you go. Now I'm going to flip this question on you, though, and ask you, what would your coaches say, specifically your dad?
Since I feel like since my dad has a more insight, like he like knows me from like obviously like a deeper like stance, but I think he would definitely call me like hardworking and smart, because like he knows what I do at home to try and be like the best I can be. He forces a lot of calories on me, so I need to get bigger for that. But I take it and I do what I.
Hey, better him than you.
Yeah,
as you can see, I force a lot of calories on myself. So.
Yeah, so definitely that. So he sees that from home because I do what I need to do. Like I'm on top of my schoolwork, but also do like going to the gym, going to the field, just all that stuff.
This is a simple question. And by the way, we got another comment here. Real life X Factor. So there you go. Apparently, you're a walking X Factor, Jake. I love this turnout, by the way. This speaks to the community that you live in. This speaks to the relationship you have with your teammates. Obviously, they love playing with you. Your coaches enjoy coaching you. I think it says a lot about the Hudson football program as well. Keep the comments coming, guys. Thank you for checking in. We really appreciate it. What do you love about playing football? It's a simple question, but it's one that I often ask. I've asked this question to kids I've had on this show. I've asked this question to guys I've had on our Field of Draft show that we do with prospective local draft prospects. It's a simple question, but one that I think requires a detailed response in a way. What do you love about playing football?
Well, this is like a nice look at it is the family and community that you you join with. Like all these people have been my friends my whole life because of football. Like I've made these friends from second grade and they've been with me through my whole life. And then even like the ones in college still, I'm still close to. And that's definitely a big part of it is just like all like the people that you meet and see. And then another obviously is just like playing. It's fun. It's the most fun thing I do. And I look forward to it every year. Summer is always marked on the calendar because that's when football starts in August. And it definitely brings excitement to me and like what I do every all year. So
yeah, that warms my heart to hear it, especially from someone like you who's a multi-sport athlete. Selfishly, I mean, I wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't a football guy, but you know, it's great to hear because every sport teaches you lessons, but I feel that football teaches you even more, especially because it's the largest locker room you're going to play in. It's the largest team you're going to play on. And the way I see it, this is a prime example of what you were saying here, Jake. It's a brotherhood. I mean, these are your friends, these are your classmates, these are your teammates, and they're out here supporting you tonight. And they're bringing a smile to your face. And yeah, sure, you can get this in any sport, but I think in football it's even more though because you got more guys on this roster and it's only once a week and you really truly put everything you have into one game a week. You're not playing 2 or 3 times a week, and it's what makes the game so uniquely different from all other sports. Ryan Yates checks in. Big 7 meals a day, guys. You really eat 7 meals a day?
Not 7, no. Maybe
no, I was going to say
5 or 6, not 7. I don't get 7.
Okay, 5 or 6. So you're only 1 or 2 short. Hudson Boys Hoops comes back in and says pregame pulled pork, mac and cheese, tons of calories. Now I gotta ask.
Before every basketball game, gotta get that pulled pork mac and cheese.
But you can't tell me you're eating this before every football game. You can't tell me week 1 or 2 when it's still about 80 degrees at 7 o'clock at night. You're running around with this in your gut.
No, we have our team dinners. We switched it up. We used to do pasta, but now we do a bunch of different stuff.
Saturn Play says, you've got this, Jake. Never played football myself, but can feel the connections from here, though. Yeah, that's awesome, man. And thank you for checking in. That's what it's all about. That's what makes football so uniquely different and so great is. And these guys are going to be your buddies forever now. Like you guys, and you'll play other sports together. It's not just football, but I think the bond that you develop in football, I think is greater than any other sport. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask, what do you like to do when you're not playing sports? When you're not playing football, you're not playing basketball, you're not running track. What do you like to do when you're away from sports?
Definitely hang out with these guys.
And have pulled pork and mac and cheese?
Yeah, eat that, but no, we're always, if we're not doing football or like sports or something, we're usually with each other. We'll drive around, we'll do whatever. And then I'm trying to think what else. I got in the summer, we like to go to the lake. The lake's nice.
Lake what? What's the name of the lake?
Well, so my friend Owen, he has a lake up in Maine.
Okay. Because I was gonna say, I do real estate on the side, but I showed a house in Hudson one time, and it was right by a lake. So
Yeah,
I thought
there's
that's what you were talking about.
no, there's two around here, but we don't really do stuff around there. But then other than that, like family time, obviously too. Spend time with the fam. I have 3 siblings, so they're all younger than me, so that's nice. Got a little brother that I gotta teach everything. So
Show them the ropes. You got to be a good role model.
yeah,
Apparently, you also love AP Physics. Is that true?
that is not true. That is.
I
like
didn't
the
think it
class. It's hard,
was.
though.
I didn't think it was. Now, here's the thing. I've been a head football coach. I've been a history teacher. I'm in administration now in my real jobs. If you had said that you didn't like history, you and I might have a problem, my friend, because
No, I
big
like
history guy taught
History-
history for
history's
17 years.
great.
We can't have that on this show.
No, I love
Getting back to football here, obviously, everybody's got a pregame routine, and we might have sort of gone into your pregame routine here with what you eat, but what's your pregame routine like the night before a game? Are you the kind of guy that's going to lay your uniform out on your bed and dream big and do all these things, or are you not a superstition guy? You just kind of roll with the punches, go with the flow, and see what happens.
So I think I'm more of like a go with the flow. I don't really have superstitions. My parents are more like that. They bring their backpacks, like a specific backpack, go to a specific dinner place. But I think for me, it's just we go to school obviously since it's Friday, and then when I get out, we're straight to the clubhouse, which is in the school where all of our our pads are stuff. We'll do our walkthrough, but after our walkthrough, the only thing that I kind of do that's the same every week is before a game, I'll go into like a corner of a grass, and then I'll stretch and just listen to music around there.
Now, what is your pregame meal? You mentioned, do you guys get a pregame meal, a team pregame meal?
Yeah, we do a team dinner. So we'll do.
What do you like to have before a game for a meal?
So sometimes I eat just the peanut butter and jelly. But lately we've had I'm trying to remember what we like taco bowl. I don't even remember. Chicken, rice.
Taco Bowl is dicey at the
I
beginning of the
don't
season, my
remember.
friend. That could be potentially a halftime bathroom run.
Yeah. I don't even know. We've switched up a lot. It used to be just pasta and but that we didn't since when my dad came, we kind of switched up everything.
Adding some protein to the menu.
Yeah. So
now you mentioned music, big part of this show, Jake. I got to tell you, is music. I'm a big music guy, so I'm always curious as to what you guys are listening to. Full disclosure, I'm 49. I'm old, so I'm not up with the latest artist, if you will. I know some, but what do you like to listen to before a game? And by the way, another important question: are you guys an individual music program, or do you have like a speaker in the locker room and a team DJ?
Yeah, we have a huge speaker in the locker room that one of our linebackers playing. They just blast music and then they'll bob their heads and stuff. So I just kind of sit in the locker room. Sometimes I like to try and get a nap in before a game.
Not big into the head bopping, the team
No,
head bop.
I'm not a psycho like them though. But mostly just yeah. So if it's a away game, I'll try and get a nap on the bus. But if it's a home game, they're blasting music in the locker room for 2 hours straight. So
right, I'll just take a nap on the bus.
Yeah.
Get off the bus, go out there, throw for 250 and 3 scores, run for another one. Yeah, no big deal. Now I have to ask, music-wise, who are some artists that you would listen to before a game that might get you excited to play, we'll call it?
Something that normally is played is obviously Meek Mill. He's always on there. My friend loves Yeet.
What is he? Dreams and Nightmares?
Yeah, yeah, everyone knows that song.
Yeah, even I know that song.
Yeah. Yeet I can't stand, but they play it all the time. I'm trying to think what else. I don't know, but sometimes we'll have those moments where they play country. I kind of like that. I like country.
Anybody specifically in country?
Specifically, I like Thomas Rhett and Thomas Rhett and then Luke Combs are probably my 2 favorites.
I gotta get you in the outlaw country. Get you listening
that.
to some Hank Williams Jr. and
Never heard
some
of
Jamie Johnson and It's good stuff to get you fired up before the game. Now, listen, for me, I'm a huge Metallica guy. So that's my jive. That's what I would be listening to before a game.
Like my
I
dad.
said, I'm old.
It's my dad.
You know what?
Listen to that. If my dad could choose, that's something he would play.
Yeah, well, hey, listen, man. Great minds think alike. We got a couple more comments here. Tyrese checks back in.
Yeah.
He says, I can't stand Yeet 2, Jake. Wait, hold on. Am I reading that right?
That's the guy I can't stand. Playing the locker room.
Yeet?
Then,
is that an artist? Yeet?
Yeah, don't even. Yeah.
I thought Yeet was what Jey Uso says in WWE. I didn't know that it was also an artist.
He's a rapper too. And then Owen's the one who plays the music. So
Owen comes back on and says, "My ox is perfect." So Owen is defending his music taste.
It's not it. It's not it.
It's not happening. Owen's not a quality DJ.
We need someone new on the Ox next year. Can't be him.
Well, hey man, it's not that easy to run the Ox. I mean, you're thinking about the game yourself and the role you're going to play in, and then on top of that, to have the added responsibility of the Ox, not that easy. Jake, it's been fun, man. Final question here for you. When you make a decision where to go to school, when you commit, what is that program getting in Jake Attaway as a person and as a player?
Yeah, they're I think they're getting some obviously an athlete, but also like a smart player who knows what they're doing on the field, and they'll do whatever it takes to win. I think trying to think. Yeah, definitely someone who wants to win, and I guess is also coachable. And I'll listen to whatever they have to say. I won't fight back. And I'll take into account whatever they need to say, and I'll apply it to my game and get better the next week. And then, yeah, I don't know. That's about it.
Awesome stuff, man. We got a couple more comments here. Hudson Boys Hoops checks back in. Don't give Nolan the Ox. Apparently, Nolan is not somebody.
He's a Frank Sinatra guy. He's weird.
There's nothing wrong with Sinatra. A little Summer Wind, Did It My Way, little New York, little Chicago. There's nothing wrong with that. Coach Wardwell checks back in. Getting a leader on and off the field, an unbelievable athlete, an absolute game breaker. Coach, thanks for checking in. Appreciate it, man. And yeah, I think a lot of people that have seen you play, Jake, would agree. Jake, I want to say thank you for taking the time, man. This was awesome. Lots of fun. And I got to tell you, I've been doing this show now for over 3 years, most comments we've had. So great participation by the Hudson football community. We appreciate you guys. But Jake, thanks for taking the time, man. Certainly, if there's anything we can do to help out, don't be afraid to reach out. And we're looking forward to covering you guys this fall.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Of course, anytime. That is Jake Attaway, quarterback at Hudson High School. That'll do it for this week's episode of the Recruiting Visit. For Jake Attaway, I'm John Serenitas. Till next week. Peace.